Sir, may I please come in? Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Please come.
Thank you, sir.
Mayur, you are a footballer. What position do you play?
Sir, I prefer playing in forward
Forward.
midfield.
Forward mid.
Yes.
All right. Who is your favorite footballer?
Sir, Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi. And in India?
Sir, Sunil Chetri, sir.
Okay, 3. Right. What is India's rank in FIFA?
Sir, at the moment, India is placed in 106th position.
106. Correct. Now, you are a doctor, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Adarik. And you had led a COVID team as a doctor in charge.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you aware that during in the peak of COVID, some elections were held?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Sir, I can recall Bihar.
Correct. That's good. Now, what is special? Initially, there was a speculation that it will not be possible to hold the election, but the Election Commission did it, and they did a very good job. What special measures were taken to take care of COVID?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think as far as I can recall, sir, there was a proper screening process of testing the voters, and also social distancing was maintained. They ensured that whoever was coming to vote, they wore a mask. And sir, sanitizers were provided at the election stations. So those are the points that I can think of.
And the special protection of the staff?
Yes, sir. Those were given vaccinations. Those were in Assam, sir. There was also election. Sir, there those who were going for duties, they were provided with vaccination before the elections.
Yeah. There were two other major reforms. I can give you a hint. People above 60 were given a special facility.
Yes, sir. Sir, remote voting, they could send
postal ballot.
Yes, sir. Postal ballot.
Secondly, to avoid crowding, something was done for the polling station.
Sir, maybe the polling station number was increased.
You're right. You know all that, but you could not recall. But these are the things which were done.
Thank you, sir.
There is another gentleman with the name of Hazarika.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of it? He writes. He's a doctor's son. He writes repeatedly about Northeast and its relationship with what goes by the name of mainland.
Sir, I'm unable to recall.
Shall I give him the name of the book, Strangers in the Mist?
Yes, sir. Sir, I actually know, but I am unable to recall
All right,
the name.
Sanjay Hazarika. I had Sanjay Hazarika in mind.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have given foreign services your first choice.
Yes, sir.
So the international relations will be drilled by Mr. Swaroop. You have taken anthropology.
Yes, sir.
I just want to ask you, medical science is a subject
Yes, sir.
offered by UPSC. You preferred to take anthropology and not medical science. Any particular reason?
Sir, while I was searching for the optional, sir, I looked at the syllabus of the available optionals, and sir, the syllabus of anthropology seemed very interesting to me, and I wanted to use this opportunity to explore a new subject and learn something new.
You have studied all the while in Assam, or have you ever been outside Assam also during your study?
Sir, no, I have always studied in Assam so far.
What is your hometown in Assam?
Sir, Tejpur. Tejpur.
Do you remember anything about Tejpur and the 1962 war? Because you are interested in foreign service.
Yes, sir. Sir, Tejpur is actually, there is a pathway from Tejpur to Arunachal Pradesh.
What happened in 62? Two interesting things happened. You should remember both.
Okay, sir.
Dr. Das, the IAS officer, DM, deserted his post and ran away. And Prime Minister Nehru made a particularly maudlin speech, "My heart goes to Assam." People thought that he had given up Assam. Both incidents took place and caused a lot of alienation in Assam. This is a very old history, you are not expected to remember it, but your first choice is foreign service, so I was tempted to tease you a little and pass you over to Ambassador Swaroop.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mayur, assume you get into the foreign service, okay?
Yes.
You are posted in some country and there you meet some locals and you want to interest them in visiting your home state, Assam.
Yes.
What will you tell them about Assam that they should be motivated to visit it when they come to India?
Yes, sir. Sir, So first thing that the world knows about Assam is tea of Assam. So probably I can start from there, that I say that the tea gardens of Assam, there is the largest tea garden of Asia, Munabari tea estate in Assam. So secondly, sir, I can tell them that the highest concentration of one-horned rhinoceros is found in Assam. Kaziranga. So besides that, sir, there is the culture of the temple of Kamaikha. That is one of the 4 Adi Shakti Peeths of India. So besides this, there is the largest riverine island of the world, Majuli. It has a very beautiful and unique Satra culture of that was the Vaishnavite movement led by Srimanta Shankardev of Assam. So and lastly,
nothing about society, culture.
Yes, sir. So lastly, the people of Assam are very cordial. They are very helpful, and I think they will enjoy the hospitality of Assamese people.
What is the size of the Assamese diaspora abroad?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to.
Okay. What is the size of the Indian diaspora abroad? And Indian diaspora includes both NRIs and PIOs, that is persons of Indian origin.
Sir, I'm
Take
so
a guess.
sorry.
Take a guess. 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million. Take a guess. What do you think? India's population is, how much is India's population?
Sir, 142 crore.
1.4 billion.
Yes, sir.
Then what would be the size of the Indian diaspora?
Sir, I'm tempted to think that it was around 11 million or something. I'm not sure, sir.
No, it's 31 million.
31 million. Okay, sir.
Okay, can you name 3 or 4 top CEOs of global companies who are Indian? I'm sure it's a very easy question.
Yes, sir. Sir, so firstly of Google, sir.
You don't remember the name of the Google head?
Yes, sir. Suddenly I have.
Sundar Pichai.
Yes, sir. Sundar Pichai.
Okay, then.
And sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, you can't remember us. You can't remember. Okay, forget the world of technology. How about politics?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is the US Vice President Kamala Harris.
Right.
And UK President of Rishi Sunak.
UK President?
Sorry, Prime Minister, sir.
Okay, Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak. And sir, there was another MP in Canada. I'm unable to recall the name exactly, but sir, Gurpreet Singh or something. I forgot the name.
No, there are two more Prime Ministers of Indian origin.
Both in Europe.
Both in Europe. Leo Varadkar in Ireland and Antonio Costa in Portugal.
Okay, sir. I'll look into it, sir. Thank you.
What is the importance of the diaspora for India's foreign policy?
Yes, sir. The Indian diaspora is very important because of. So, firstly, it is a source of soft power for India. The diaspora can help in propagating the Indian culture in those areas. So secondly, they are the sources of remittance to India. India is the country with the largest recipient of.
How much?
Sir, this year, the last year it was 100 billion US dollars of remittances. Sir, they can also act as some sort of group which can cohesion among themselves in order to ensure that the interests of Indians are not compromised in that country. So those are the points that I can think of now.
Okay. India is hosting 2 summits this year.
Yes.
Which are the 2 summits?
So firstly, G20 summit, and then there is the SCO summit.
What is the theme of our G20 presidency?
So the motto of is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one future, one family. One earth, one family, one future. Sorry, sir.
So how is the earth one family?
Sir, it refers to building a more unified world rather than as you can see in the present scenario that the world is highly fragmented into various groups. So India hopes that it can lead it to joining various countries in one tie.
So what makes India uniquely positioned to bring this unity?
Yes, sir. Sir, India has the world at present can be basically seen in 2 fragments. Basically, the one led by US in the west, and the other is Russia, China, that thing. So the India has very suitably positioned because India has a very good relation with both the possible poles. So India has good ties with both Russia as well as USA, and India can thus mediate in bringing both the parties together. Especially in this G summit, it is a very good opportunity for India.
but then we don't have good relations with China.
So yes, sir, the relationship of China has been mostly on the border issues. But besides that, the trading relation with China is India has one of the.
So, are you a votary of the point of view that we should not bother about the border, we should continue the economic partnership?
Sir, no. Sir, border issues are obviously of highest national importance and national interest. And at the same time, I think that we cannot abandon the border issue for economic interest. Both should be carried on in their own interest.
But with Pakistan, it's the reverse policy. We say, forget about Kashmir, let's do other things.
Yes, sir. Sir, with Kashmir, sir, with Pakistan, the issue has been like the negotiation India has been trying to negotiate for long. However, the earlier efforts of India has not been successful and has been interrupted by some terror attacks in India by outfits based in Pakistan. Sir, even if we continue in the similar manner, sir, it's highly unlikely that any other fruitful result can be expected. So that is why India is, it is mostly up to Pakistan to show that they can actually take some solid steps and gain the confidence of not only India but also other nations.
So recently the Pakistan Prime Minister made a peace overture. Why did we not take it seriously?
Sir, I think that Pakistan needs to take more concrete steps to show to the world that they have actually worked against terrorism. And it has been a great concern for India that those outfits based in Pakistan, they go for cross-border terrorism and the states.
Can you name 2 or 3 outfits?
Sir, I can recall Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. And
name an outfit which is targeting Pakistanis.
Yes, sir. Tehreek-e-Taliban, TP. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Can I just interject, just with your permission?
Yes.
In response to a question, when he asked you about Assam, you mentioned Kamakhya temple is one of the 4 Adi Shakti Peeths. Can
Yes.
you name for me the 3 other Shakti Peeths?
Yes, sir. I can. I'll try. Sir, there is Kali Ghat, and sir, then one is Kamakhya, and then third one is sir Bimala temple in Puri,
All right.
and sir Tripura
Sundari.
Tripuri
Yeah.
Sundari. Sir, Tripuri Sundari is in West Bengal.
Look, why I asked you this
So,
question
Bhubaneswar,
is,
sorry.
you should not fall into the trap of by offering more information which can lead to questions which you are not comfortable with then. Normally the tradition is that Sati was being carried by Shiva, Vishnu through chakra cut her organs, and there are 64 Shakti Peeths. Nobody expects anybody to remember all unless you are a Panda of 64 Shakti Peeths. But when you specifically say 4 Adi Shakti Peeths,
Yes, sir.
it leads to volunteering information which might lead to questions which might be. It's very better to say that Kamakhya Temple, Nilachal Hill is a Shakti Peeth.
Okay, sir.
That's it.
Okay, sir.
Don't go beyond that.
Okay, sir.
Sorry.
Mr. Mayur Hajarika, you have written here that the solving the Rubik cubes. So when you are a novice, Rubik cubes are very stressful. Sometimes it tests your patience, and when you become a master, then it's no more fun. So how it gives you that kind of relaxation or the good feeling?
Sir, as far as I am concerned, sir, even now when I solve a Rubik's Cube, I often get into it and spend around 1 or 2 hours solving the Rubik's Cube. It's still very fun, challenging. They're trying to beat the time that I had solved it just immediately before.
Hours together you can spend on Rubik cubes.
Yes, sir, I have this habit now, even now. So when I study, I keep the Rubik's Cube away so that I don't get into that.
Getting high on Rubik cubes. That's very interesting. Okay, you are from Assam.
Yes, sir.
And Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, Mizoram. As you know, they are the part of the scheduled 6th states.
Yes, sir.
But there is a sudden new clamoring that is coming up from Ladakh.
Yes, sir.
There, the native population, the major part of the native population want themselves to be included in the 6th schedule.
Yes, sir.
So what benefit would it bring to them? Because already a lot of development programs and a lot of money for the different areas that is being pumped in that area. So what exactly they are looking for?
Yes, sir. Sir,
While answering this question, you will have to go exactly in the spirit of the Schedule 6.
yes, sir. So yes, Sir, the Schedule 6 provides a sort of autonomy to the people of those regions to have an access and to decide how the resources of that area will be used. So as far as the people of the Ladakh are concerned, their concern is that the development projects that are being carried out in Ladakh, that will result in very high rate of resource utilization. As for example, sir, there was this quote who I heard this report that they said that they are surveying on like 4 or 5 or 10 liters of water per day. So the concern is that if the development program is being carried out at a very fast pace, then the water resource utilization will be very high, so that the local tribal peoples of that region, they will suffer very harshly. So their main concern is whether the development will be sustainable or not in that region. So it is in that perspective that the people of those regions are demanding for 6th schedule to be included in the 6th schedule.
You are talking of sustainable development, and that is, you think that the Schedule 6 will protect it. For example, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, where the Schedule 6 is in operation, still tribal population are not so well off. The first thing, a lot of conflict is also going on, and it is beset with problems. Although I would agree that in Assam tribals, the national average on the parameters, various things, Assam tribals are doing much better.
Yes, sir.
But still these areas are beset with problems. Schedule 6 has not brought anything on the platter which possibly could be eulogized. Then why the Ladakh, this clamor and demand is coming up? Because it may not solve the problems that you are actually looking at.
Okay. Sir, with respect to the Schedule 6 in Assam, so one thing that with Northeast, sir, in particular, one thing that
Northeast, not entire Northeast, only 4 states.
6th schedule. Yes, sir.
6th schedule.
Yes, 6th schedule states of Northeast. So one thing that can be noted is that the forest cover of those areas are still very high as compared to mainland India. So
Yes.
maybe that has a contribution in developing towards that sustainable development.
Yes.
Yes, sir. However, I would say that the lack of development in the Northeast is basically because that area is very highly terrain. The hilly terrain has also been a very impeding issue. Also, there is the issue of floods in the Northeast. So it is very common every year. The government invests, and then once again they have to go for repairing the next year. Sir, in comparison to that, the Ladakh people have been already living a very sustainable way. Like they are surviving on 5 or 10 liters of water per day. That is I think that is really a concern for them, and that is why they are demanding for this 6th schedule.
Okay, the people who have not very closely, with close quarters, studied the problems of the tribals, they may not understand it. For them, the tribals, scheduled tribes are a monolithic group. But as an anthropology student, you know that there are the hundreds of different ethnic identities among themselves. So how the planners can take that into account, because you plan one thing and that will be in the conflict with the ideas of the another ethnic group.
Yes, sir.
So how a homogeneity can be created?
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't think that we have to necessarily go for an absolute homogeneity. I think that the reasonable differentiation among the various
But the
groups,
micro planning at one place for the different tribes who may be living in very close proximity, and it will lead to conflict.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think the way forward is to go for definitely sustainable development. However, we need to go for at the same time hand in hand with sensitization and awareness generation among those communities to make them realize that what is best for their interest. So that is very important, sir, I think.
One last thing, you are a medic. And during COVID period, the India's COVID outreach has brought a lot of goodwill for India.
Yes, sir.
But it also exposed the many of our problems and shortcomings. So we could be proud of the kind of the good name it brought. But what are the shortcomings and the problems that we discovered to our surprise or to our peril, if I could use a stronger word?
Yes. Sir, my own experience during the COVID period, sir, I have realized firstly, the issue is the infrastructure itself. The bed to patient ratio that WHO has been saying that India is lacking, it became very evident during the COVID period. The ICU infrastructure shortage, it became very evident. So secondly, there was the issue of doctor-patient ratio. We have always known that the ratio is not up to the WHO recommended level. It became visible.
But Dr. Hazarika, in the countries, say like the Italy or America, where the ratio is very high, even there we saw the visuals that they ran out of the bed for the patient in ICUs.
Yes.
So the problem was there even where the doctor and patient ratio is very good as well.
Yes, sir. Sir, There are multiple factors that can be taken to that. So their research is still going on, and some of them suggest that India being a, and some I read a report which said that India has a very high rate of TB, and that could have provided some sort of cross immunity to the COVID also. So that is why, sir, in those areas,
tuberculosis providing cross immunity.
So yes, I came across a paper which showed that.
You may have read. You are an expert. So
no, there was a paper in News England's Journal of Medicine. I recall that.
Yes, sir. It's not confirmed, but it still remains to be seen why Indians, unlike the Italy and US, there was why such a high mortality rate in comparison to India. So
yes, continue. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Besides that, sir, India had in the medical sector. So besides, there was also issue of paramedical stuff, and also the oxygen cylinders. Generation plans were established only later. Only after
the many problems that you were talking about, mostly indigenous in nature, but in the supply chain, for example, things that we had to get from China in emergency, APIs, or the kits that is required, and their shortage, your attention did not go to that?
So yes, so I was thinking I'll go forward, but yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
I was very happy with your interview. I will leave you to the other colleagues.
You are a very, very pleasant candidate. Except if instead of keeping your hands like this, if you put them together, they're more relaxed, and you are very pleasant and charming. The two things which we advise everyone: master your COVID, master your DAF, because it's every question is asked from here only, virtually.
Okay, sir.
So I anticipate say 100 questions from here, 110.
Okay, sir.
And master news and current affairs through reading the newspapers thoroughly. Which newspaper do you read?
Sir, I am now reading the Hindu and the Indian Express.
And when is your interview?
Sir, I have not been given
You
the date.
haven't got the date, so that gives you some time. So if you are already not doing it, please start a diary, 5 items every day.
Okay, sir.
From the two newspapers to collectively.
Okay, sir.
So which you can keep on updating.
Okay, sir.
Revising, right? So if you do these two things, they will be very useful to you.
Okay, sir.
Do you have any question?
Sir, that question regarding why do you want to leave medical, sir, I have been thinking about that question.
This question is very common, and every doctor candidate is asked this
Every doctor
question.
candidate is here, every BTech candidate is here, every BE candidate is here. At times we joke that we think that the basic qualification is medical and BTech now for IAS. Don't worry about that. That's comfortable.
Yeah. Everyone knows that IAS is a much superior service than being a doctor in a rural dispensary.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Even if you are a top-notch super specialist in a top-notch hospital,
Yes.
how many years you would have to wait for? You would do a DM, you would do an MSMD, you would do a MCH, you would do senior residentship, you would go out for super specialization. You would be beginning your career at 33, 34.
Yes.
And then also it would be hit and miss.
Yes.
I mean, either you are a cardiovascular surgeon or you are a neurosurgeon or you are a hip replacement surgeon. It is very tricky.
Okay,
I
sir.
mean,
And health deficiency and sanitation problems among the tribals,
Yes.
and whether the modern medical system can solve them, or we should allow them to continue with their traditional.
that is a question which you might be asked about.
That you might be asked,
Medicine,
so-
non-alternative medicine, non-allopathic medicine, claims about that. For drug companies, pharmaceuticals, profiteering, lifestyle drugs. Thank you.
And the interesting thing is that the tribals are already blessed with many good ideas and some good traditional knowledge, which we are not quite sure, not backed by the modern, the medical science, but then that is very working very well for them. So how possibly that can be integrated?
What were you doing in the last 2 years after doing your MBBS?
Sir, I completed my MBBS. While I was doing internship, there was COVID. So my internship got extended by 6 months. And after that, I was doing rural service, sir. 1 year rural service as a medical officer. And so I was in that medical service till 10 days before the prelims exam.
Oh.
So I was working, sir.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. I'm very happy with your interview.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, Mayur.
Thank you, sir.
Indeed, you look like a winner. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Take
Good luck.
care.
Thank